thanks all for joining me for this live. As some of you know, I've had COVID all week, so that's why I am doing my unboxing from bed, because I haven't really left my room. My roommate just got it for me this weekend, so this is where we're at. So today I'm going to be, and excuse me in advance if I cough, I'm not really in control of that, so I'll try to keep it at a minimum, but thank you. I'm feeling good enough to do a video, so at least that's kind of fun. So today I wanted to take a look at Rum and Bones Second Tide. I don't know if you've ever played this game, if you like this game. Someone actually sent me this game and I've never looked into it or played it or know that much about it, except that there's a bunch of pirates. And we know that I love pirates. Let me know if you can't hear me, by the way. It's harder to project my voice than normal, and I have kind of that raspy kind of thing going on. So we're gonna get to opening Rum and Bones. Let me know, like I said, if you've played, if you want to play, if you've heard anything about it. One thing I have heard is that there are expansions that have like fairy tale characters that are turned into pirates, so they piratify like Little Red Riding Hood and stuff like that, which looks really fun. Hi everyone! Hi Brian! Hi Andrew! I've felt better, but I'm better than I was last week. It's going on a full week tomorrow, so I'm getting slowly better. I don't think I would have been able to talk 2 days ago in order to do this live. And it's light out still, which I didn't realize that the days had gotten so much longer, so that's really fun. So once again, we're opening Rum and Bones Second Tide by Come On Games, live from my bed. I got my teddy bear, my biggest mascot, cheering us on. Yes, John, boo COVID indeed. My biggest hope is that I feel better by St. Patrick's Day, because it's my favorite holiday, and it's been 3 years now that we haven't had St. Patrick's Day, and I love to wear green and prance around for St. Patrick's Day. So, don't you love, okay, one of my favorite things on new games is the texture. Does anyone else love like the not dented, beautiful matte kind of feeling of a new game box? I love that. Oh, camp party weekend, the 25th. You'll have to DM me. I would love to go camping, camp party. Alright, so here we go. The top is off. Hopefully you can see some of this. If I get my angles right here. We have, ooh, a first player board thing with some scoring on there. Oh, excuse me. Hopefully I don't lose my voice. Nice big thick rules. That's a lot of rules. Hopefully nothing too complicated. Hi everyone who's joining. I'm just doing an unboxing of Rum and Bones Second Tide. I've wanted to play for quite a while now. We were actually going to play this Saturday that just passed. We had it all planned out, but unfortunately I can't leave the house, so that didn't happen. Here we are. Oh, these are nice. Look at these. These all pop out. There's different kinds of tiles. It says Armory, main mast, and there's some round ones at the bottom. They're a little bit different on the back side, which are really beautiful too. Hi Robert. Hi everyone who's joining. I'm showing off Rum and Bones Second Tide. Oh my gosh, there's a kraken! I think it's a kraken. It looks pretty ominous. Ooh, look at it. Look at that guy. Look at that. And these boots have like X's on them. I don't know if that means you've been taken out. This one's on the mouth. Been muted or something like that. I love my top. It's a top that I sleep in, so I'm doing it full pajama style for my COVID isolation. So thank you. I appreciate that. Sometimes it's a sitting on my deck with a cocktail top, but it's too cold for that. Is this the monster in the middle? I've had this since I was a baby. He's my fave. He protects me from everyone and everything. Here's some coins. Lots of coins. I love coins. These are big. Haha! Didn't see that coming, did you? Oh my gosh, where'd they go? Oh no! I'm gonna be sleeping with coins tonight. I'm gonna find them all over in the weirdest places. I think I got them. Oh, goodness gracious. There's boxes. There's boxes like a Legacy game, except it's not a... Look at this! Look at this box! How cool is that? I was not expecting that. I hope I'm allowed to open it. Oh my goodness, there's so many pieces! Okay, I did not expect that. I did not expect that. Did we know that there were this many pieces in this game? Did any of us know this? I had no idea. There's so many. That's just crazy. They have really cool swords. Check this guy out. Look at that. Wow. Stab. Yeah, there's some really cool dudes here. There's some, like, monster guy. For those of you just joining, we're doing an unboxing of Rum and Bones Second Tide. And Robert says these are the minis. Yeah, they're definitely minis. There's a lot of them. Look at this guy and his big sword and his cool hat. He's pretty cool. And, oh, they're all different. They're so different. This guy's got, like, scissors, like, creepy lobster-type scissors. Look at that. Game Foundry says it's a come-on game. Of course, it's full of plastic in that box. I think it's my first game by them, so I had no idea that there was going to be all these crazy fun toys. I guess I need to find my painting supplies. I had no idea there'd be all these boxes in this box. That's so exciting. So exciting. I'm gonna have a mess in my bed. Look how many things are in my bed. all these dudes. Go along with those coins that went flying. Oh my gosh! Look at this! Sorry, I was distracted. I need to show them to you. They're so colorful. Oh my goodness, look how big this guy is. Oh my gosh. So, Robert is saying the square bases and round bases are bosses and crew. Ah, interesting. These purple guys. Oh, this is beautiful. This is like a mermaid. And he says these are the heroes. Yeah, purple minis. And I want this to get into focus. She's a babe. Gah, you can do it. Oh, I had it. Oh no, my phone's being finicky, but she is really cool. And so is this. Purple's my favorite color, so phone, please. Maybe if I get back further it'll know. Yeah, there we go. So how cool is that? This guy's got like a whip. Haha, I love that. Game Foundry says that he hopes I have a few months aside to paint all of those. Yeah, it would take that. I'm not a very good painter. I'm not super patient, but I've never thought I would like painting minis because I'm not very patient, but I actually really find it very therapeutic, so it's really, really fun. Here we have some extra, like, caps for the bases, maybe? I'm not really sure what these are for at this time. Oh my goodness, are you ready for this board? Hi, for those of you who are joining, I'm just doing an unboxing of Rum and Bones Second Tide. So far it is beautiful. There are minis everywhere. There's coins in my bed. There's a whole sea of a mess over here. Look at this. Look at this. Whoosh. How cool is this board? This is so cool. And it folds nicely. Robert says the white are the captains, the others are swashbucklers, gunners, quartermasters, and brutes. So many things to learn. It's really cool. RFS Dan, it looks so awesome. This is my first time seeing what it looks like too. I've never played, I've never touched it. Look, there's another one. It's like 2 ships. I guess this is like the good people ship, or good people. Looks like the good guys versus like the bad guys maybe. Oh no, there's more. There's more ships. There's a 3rd one. Maybe that's oh, that one's similar. So I don't know. I don't know, maybe for flanking or something. I really don't know. So now we're getting to the bottom here. We have some cards. This guy says Captain. I guess maybe it describes all these minis that I got. If you're just joining, I'll show off some of the little minis I could. Look at those colors. That's just one of the 3 trays. There are so many minis. This is the game with the most minis I've ever had. It's quite wild, actually. Oh, I'm afraid of opening this with this knife. I don't want to hurt these cards. Here, maybe I'll move on to the next package. It's kind of sad they didn't put like this one I can get. A little like pull tab. I like when they have those. It makes things nice and easy. Hi, for those of you who are just joining. I am doing an unboxing of Rum and Bones, Second Tide. Robert says the boats that I just showed off are placed on each side of the bigger board. Okay, so it's like they are flanking the big boat. Here we have some cards. This is the back. I think they're all... No, these have like a kraken squid thing, and these have like some sort of treasure on them. It's a boarding party combat game. Okay. And then this is treasures on one side. And other things. I guess lots of things happen on these cards. And, oh, there's some really cool things going on here. Oh my gosh, so I'm really excited about that. Oh my goodness. Y'all know how much I love pirates. Thank you for sticking with me while my voice is cracking and stuff. I feel like a little bit like a teenager. Some dice, some pretty standard but solid D6s. And another little set of cards. This one says Feeding Frenzy, Gunpowder, some little cards for whatnot. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to read the rules. So that's everything in the box. I'm gonna give this deck one more go. I just almost grabbed this knife by the blade, so that's not good. There's really no good place to grab this, so no, we're gonna do this another time. So that's everything in the box. I don't know about y'all, but I'm really bad at putting things away. I'm good at Tetris, but I'm not good at Tetrising things into boxes. Hi, for those of you just joining, I just opened Rum and Bones Second Tide. So I hope you all are really excited about what's in this box. If you have any questions, comments, if you want to see some of the pieces in more detail, let me know and I'll hold them up a bit better to the screen, a bit further from the screen than I usually am, just because of the being in bed thing. I have to get these minis back in the boxes. You're going to stay with me while I clean up? So these beautiful hero minis in all these different colors. I'm so into that. It's so beautiful. I love that they come in boxes of their own. This might be like one of the biggest games I own officially. It's quite wild. This guy and his sword don't want to get in the box. It's like poking out. It doesn't want to go in. So I hope you enjoyed it. Does anybody have any questions, comments, anything they'd like to add? I know it's kind of early over in North America, so people are just finishing work and probably really eager to eat supper. Here's the blue ones that I am just putting away here. Hi, Nick. Thank you for joining. Look how many minis, Nick. Look at these guys. There's 2 of these. Nick is he's gonna get attention now, but he's one of my gaming buddies, so much for being low-key, but he's gonna be excited by these, I think. So for those of you just joining, I am trying to put away Rum and Bones Second Tide, which I just opened, but I'm already struggling to get it back in the box after not even playing it. So here's some of the minis I'm trying to put away. And what are you all up to tonight? Do you have anything exciting on the agenda? Okay, now that I got one layer in, I'm never going to be able to get the second layer in. This is more minis. Trying to get these back in the box here. For those of you who don't know, I'm in bed because I have COVID. And I haven't really left the house in a week. Nick the Farmer says, so many little people. There's so many little people. I don't know how to put the little people away. Get them out of my bed. Little Miss Blue Ribbon says, hey Bella, how's the COVID? You going to be able to make it out for the parade? The parade is next Sunday, so I hope so. I'm hoping to be ready by Thursday, but realistically, like, I might be negative but coughing a lot, and that would not be really fun for people, so I might wait till Sunday to venture back out into the world. But I want to. I don't know if y'all know, but Montreal puts on a really big St. Patrick's Day parade every year. It's huge. and you're allowed to drink in the streets. It's kind of like not frowned upon, so it's pretty exciting. Sorry for all the scrunching noises. We're gonna give this a real go and try to get these in the boxes. I think I'm doing it. I think I spoke too soon. Oh. The Maple Rouge says hello from Quebec. I'm in Montreal. Are you in Quebec City or the province of Quebec or actually over in Quebec City? Because if you're near Montreal, we should play games together. Tubadino's Homebrew says, yay for drinking in the street. It's really fun. Like, you don't really even need to hide it. It's kind of the one day they turn a blind eye. It's a little special treat we get over here. We're kind of known for being a little bit... Oh, near Brossard. Maple Rouge. Got my eyes on you. We can be gaming friends. Do you ever go to Randolph? They opened one in the 10-30 and I have been excited to check out the one at the 10-30 because I've never been to it. Tupidino's Homebrew says he's currently working in Auckland, New Zealand. I love New Zealand. I actually went to Auckland and... Oh, excuse me. That's not a sound I want my phone to be making right now. Sorry about that. But I love New Zealand. It's like one of the #1 places I want to go back to. That and I want to go back to England and I want to go to Ireland. Like so many places, but New Zealand's totally up there. Oh, Robert, I'm not going to say that out loud. That's not a nice thought. I didn't put these little caps away, so now I get to retake everything out of the box. Fabrion Karate, I'm sorry if I didn't say that properly, says, hi, have you ever played Kingdom Death Monster? Or sorry, Kingdom Death Monster? I have not. I have never played anything called Kingdom Death. What is that game about? Hey, Maple Rouge, you like that? En français. I can speak the French sometimes when it's kind of hard with COVID. I probably have an extra strange accent, but... But yes, what is Kingdom Death Monster? I'd love to hear a bit more about that. I'm getting more and more games added to my collection, so I'm always curious to learn. I also, I wrote down in my this is my Bando planner. You probably don't care about my planner, but remember, there's so much to look forward to. I love these planners, and yes, there is so much to look forward to. And in here, I wrote, in case I forgot because of my COVID brain fog, that some of you have been asking me about my goal on my Buy Me a Coffee, and I was trying to get a ring light because it's hard to film at night without a ring light. And on my Buy Me a Coffee it says I'm at 10% of my goal, but a lot of you have made some donations in my tip jar, so I'm actually at 50%. It's not going to show because the sites aren't linked, but I am about 50% of the way there, so I'm hoping by the end of the month I can start filming content in the evening, because I'm starting my internship hopefully in May, and it's full-time with no time off for 4 months, so when I get there I'll be able to keep making content. I'm very excited about that, and thank you everyone who has given in the tip jar. J'aime ton accent. Merci beaucoup. C'est un peu mauvaise avec ma COVID. To all of you who are just joining, I just finished putting away Ramen Bone's Second Tide that was sent to me. I'm so thankful for it. I'm very excited to play it. Hopefully the rules aren't too complicated. I'm going to sit down with them. Maybe I'll do some light reading tonight to get through that. Fabian Karate says it's a survivor horror campaign game. That sounds awesome. If you're following me, if you have a link to that, because sometimes it's hard for me to remember everything I talked about, in these chats, if you want to send me a link in my direct messages, I would love that and I would check it out. Robert says Red Dragon in next. I don't actually think I have Red Dragon in my room, so I don't think I can. I meant to bring it and I forgot. I do have this pile of games though. Let me put my glasses on and see what I can see here. I was gonna post about this week, but I didn't have a chance being sick, but I played this on the weekend. This is more of a party style game, so not really, those of you interested in bigger games might not like it, but, well, not like it, but might not be expecting me to show something so simple here. I think everyone could like this game. It's quite fun. It's kind of like Cards Against Humanity, but not, there are some, like, social commentaries, but not as, looks like the Red Dragon is out. I should have brought it in. But you get these charts. So the judge gets a chart, and this one says happiness on the bottom. It's the x-axis, and it's from crippling depression to euphoric. And you have to play a card that would be like the y-axis. So it's actually kind of funny. The card right now is the best time to be a woman, and then, you know, crippling depression when you're bitter. And you kind of make these funny charts, and it was really, really, really fun to play with a group of close friends, because you can kind of argue or debate or deliberate your logic for your answers. I'm kind of a nerd, both in terms of board games, but also in real life. I have like a science degree, and I'm doing my master's and stuff, so fighting about scientific charts via board game time is actually kind of funny for me. So I really enjoyed Charty Party, and I'm really happy they sent this my way. So if you haven't heard of it, Charty Party, really, really fun. Yep, sorry, it's right here. Charty Party! I really enjoyed it. I was kind of hoping that the charts would be the ones you can draw on, because I also just played Metro X, and you know, they have like dry erase games now. Sorry, like this, where you get like dry erase markers. So I might, you know, like this, I was kind of hoping that they would do that for Charty Party, which would be really, hi Board Game Planet, it's nice to see you. That they would do that, and that you could draw your own charts, but I guess that's probably for the average person. Maybe like it would slow down I mean, even not for the average person, it would do it for me too, it slowed down, just because you want to overthink things, I guess. But I was kind of hoping that could be a fun feature they could add to make it a little bit more interesting, or it's already interesting, but added excitement levels. I also got to play this other silly party game, which is called Songnario. I don't know, some of you might have seen it in my Ameritrash Talks stories a while back, and this one's really simple, where they basically give you a scenario. Maybe we could play around. If you guys would like to play around with me, that would be really fun. You could put your comments. We're obviously not going to sing the songs. I'm not going to sing with my voice like this, but you basically are given a scenario, and then you roll a d12, and it tells you what kind of music you have to do your scenario to. Tube Dinos for Homebrew, sorry if I'm saying that wrong, says, I love Cards Against Humanity, so I'll check out Charty Party. I thought it was really funny, so that's awesome. I definitely check it out. It's, like I said, it's maybe not as controversial as Cards Against Humanity, but it made for some pretty funny discussions at our table, at least. Alright, so what we do in Songnario is you're given a scenario and a type of music, and you have to choose a song that you would use for that scenario. So that's not a good one. I will read you, what is this? This is not good. What is going on? This is not what they sounded like. Oh, here's the scenarios. Alright. Let me read this to you. So we're just playing a game for those of you who just joined. So the scenario that you're being given is you got selected to be on the next Bachelorette show, and you get to pick your own theme song. So now I just have to roll the dice to see what we get for a type of music. So you get pop music, because I rolled a 1. So if people want to share with me what the song they would pick if they were going to be the next Bachelor or Bachelorette in the comments, then that would be really funny if you could think of that. I'm a little bit on the spot, so I don't know what I would think of, but it would probably have to be some sort of song. I don't know if it would represent me or the kind of love affair or whatever you do on The Bachelorette that you're looking for. Maybe that wasn't a good card for my crowd, but definitely if you have a response, that would be hilarious. Yeah, I'll just keep going through my stack. I also was sent Splendor. I don't know if any of you have played Splendor. This is kind of a gateway, I want to say economics, taking and buying to get a certain number of victory points. And I haven't opened this yet either. Well, I opened it, I peeked at it, and then I got so excited by the chips that I felt like I had to open it live, to be honest. So that's why I haven't opened it at home yet. But look at these. Look at these chips. I'm going to open them, but they are like poker chips. Like, that is a solid component in a game. I have never I mean, it could have been little plastic gems. It could have been so many different things. Little pieces of cardboard. But it's really the only thing you're doing in the game is trading these in to buy things. So look at that. So repair, oh, he says we can't read because picture is reversed. Yeah, that's unfortunate. If you want me to reread you either the scenario or any of the game titles or anything like that, just let me know and I'll read it out loud for you. Hi, Travis! But yes, I just wanted to show off these chips a little bit more from Splendor. They're so thick. So thick. They're so cool. Look, you can hear them. They're solid. These are solid components. I don't know if you're still there, Robert, but thank you so much for these. It's like, ooh, I can make it rain in my bed. These are diamonds. They're like, that was a lot more fun than it should have been. I enjoyed that. I haven't gotten out for a week, so it's the little things. Oh, jeez. Alright, so I don't know what else y'all might want to talk about. That's just some of the things that I've been doing lately. I better get back to work. Thank you so much for stopping in. I really, really appreciated it. Hopefully one day we can have a beer together. Don't make a sound, phone, sir. I didn't turn off my notification sounds and they're gonna like override. Ugh, sorry. Robert says you're welcome, so thanks again. And then Chris, I hope it's Chris, there's a T, so it always confuses me. I also have a fond love for Splendor now. It is Gateway, and I wasn't sure if I would love it or not, just because I had heard that Century Spice Road is kind of like a better version, a more like gamer version of it. But you know, it's not the same. I don't think it's the same. I think it's different. This is quicker. This is more like a filler for me, and Spice is more of a game I sit down to play for a bit longer, a bit more competitively. I still haven't figured out if Splendor is like, there is skill to it for sure. It's not like luck at all, but I kind of wonder if it's more like opportunity, because sometimes there's like really good cards and it just kind of works out near the end. Robert says Cities of Splendor is the next one you need. I saw that you sent me a link for that. I didn't have a chance to look at it, but I would love to check it out and see what that's all about. Is it an expansion or is it a standalone game? Hi, Ordinary Board Gamer. Thank you for stopping in. I've kind of made a mess of my bed at this point. There's things everywhere. I'm going to sleep with tokens and diamonds and cue cards and all the things. I'm actually getting a bit dehydrated, so excuse me while I drink like my 12th Powerade of the week. Just give me 1 second. And then I have to like make sure it doesn't leave a mustache. I'm surprised I haven't turned neon. I'm living off Powerade with COVID. I've never been so dehydrated in my life. It's crazy. So Robert says it's expansion scenarios for Splendor, so that sounds really cool. I don't know what that would look like for Splendor, but it sounds really interesting and I'd love to check that out. I did just open this up and not really talk about it. Metro X is the first roll and write I've ever played. It's not, you don't actually roll, it's actually cards in this one. You flip cards, but man, it's addictive. It's like a big puzzle, and I love puzzly things. I love figuring things out. I got whooped the first time I played, but I'm so excited to just like bust it out and try to see how I can do my best, and also to play it alone. Like I like games kind of like Solitaire that you can. It's not like Solitaire, but you know, things that you can kind of play and try to figure out and try to do, and you can kind of play over and over and over and over again. And I really appreciate this one, so I am definitely going to try that. Hello, it's all about the victory points. Thank you for joining. I think that a lot of people are probably in their commutes and stuff because they're not as chatty as usual. I assume that it's harder to get to the phone at 5, 6 o'clock. But if anybody has anything in particular they would like to talk about, let me know. I don't have much left here to talk about in general. I still have a few games here I could. I'm really well. It's all about the victory points. Thank you so much for asking. I do have COVID. It's been a week now. That's why I'm in my bed. But I'm hoping it'll be gone soon. And that I'll be able to get back into the world and frolic. Is anyone going to PAX East? How about that for a question? I kind of would like to go to PAX East and try on my costumes. I do have a new costume to share with the world, but I have not tried it on yet. It's been a really busy semester, and it will cheer me up, it's true. But it won't if I'm gonna miss St. Patrick's Day, because it's gonna make me think of like drinking and having all that fun, so we'll see if I get to it. Yes, I am in bed with games. I have everything I need. I have Powerade, I have my teddy bear, I have a whole bunch of games. I won the Camel Up expansion off-season. I won that from Plan B Games, and I've never played Camel Up. I have a lot of friends who love Camel Up. I have never played Camel Up, and I have no idea how different the new one is. I don't know if it's expansion. I guess it's a new standalone. But I've never played either, so I'm really excited. It's all about the victory points that show the costume. I'm in bed, so the costume's not here with me, but it is in the other room. I haven't opened it yet. It is kind of like a beer wench costume, so like a waitress style, like server type costume. Yeah, that was sent to me, so I'm really excited to try that on to go as part of my kind of like mini cosplay, if you want to call it, collection. I don't know if they've changed the shaker, because I don't know what the shaker looked like in the first one. I can show you the back. Don't know if that shows you anything that could help with that question. But that's what it shows me in the back. Ow! I just hit myself in the eye with a game. Apparently, COVID and fielding board games is not a good idea. I'm not very strong. Oh my goodness. I can't edit live videos either, as far as I know, so that's gonna be there for all to see. If I have a bruise tomorrow, I swear I didn't get manhandled. It's just Camel Up. I also got Dragonland sent from Gameland Games. I didn't know I was getting this, and it is so, hey, speaking of Gameland Games, and I just got Dragonland, so I'm really excited to try it. I opened up when I was at the pub the other day, and then I got so scared of spilling on it that I put everything away and was like, nope, we are not playing this at the pub. Robert says, I heard the game was originally called Camel Cup, but people misread the box art and called it Camel Up, so the name stuck. That is really funny, and I'm going to write to Plan B and ask them about that, because my friends had like a full-on, like, playful discussion, debate, argument, whatever you want to call it, on a Facebook chat about what it was called, because the C was like a big C with camel and cup, so you could read it Camel Cup. But people were like, is it supposed to be Camel Cup or is it Camel Up? So it's funny to hear that people decided, like, just pop culture people, it just became Camel Up, and they dropped the cup. So that's pretty interesting. Oh no, what did I do? Robert, did I just delete you? No, I pinned you. Sorry, I'm not used to touching things. Unpin that comment. Sorry, friends. Hand-eye coordination 10-10. Are you picking on me, Mr. Nick? Don't make me come over there. I know where you live, and I know your mama. So you gotta watch out. Alright, Dragonland. I'm really excited about this game. Am I missing more comments? I am. Oh, good. Don't touch anything. Pin sharp. I don't want to stab anybody. Oh no, I'm gonna cough. It's my first cough. Excuse me. Oh, sorry. Not flattering. These are like little walls that you make so that you can hide your stuff behind it. Little hiding. I don't know what this is. Oh, maybe these are the walls. Maybe I lied. Maybe these are the walls. There's a quick scoring reference on the inside. And some walls. Some more walls. Beautiful little rule book. I think it's so pretty. I don't care if it's for kids. Some of my favorite games are for kids. I don't know if any of you have played Labyrinth, but I love Labyrinth. To this day, I still love Labyrinth. Do you throw away the pop-out templates? So, I don't remember who it was, but someone told me that you should keep your pop-out templates, or didn't tell me, they did a reel, that sometimes the boxes will move if they were made to fit the templates. There might be a gap. So this one doesn't appear to have a gap, but sometimes you will get a gap. And they say to take out the templates and once you punch out all the pieces, put them at the bottom of the box and put the insert back on top if there's an insert, and then it will level it out so you don't have that gap, so that when you put your boxes upright, that everything doesn't fall out. I don't keep them for fun. I have trouble throwing them out. I am like a pop. Ooh, I love popping them. I love the aesthetics. Hi Peachy Board Games. Thanks for joining. But I have started to throw them out just because of the sheer volume of board games I get, but I do understand it's hard. Like, I almost wanted to, like, write to Gameland and be like, can I just have an extra one of these where I never pop them out because they're so cute, or maybe, like, I make some art with them or something, because I'm not even good at art, but these are just some Songnario, you just joined. I did a little kind of played around with one of the scenarios before you got here, but thank you for joining. And it's all about the Victory Princess. Labyrinth is the best. Labyrinth is the best. I love Labyrinth. So, look how cute these are. Look at those unicorns, the witches. You have dragons. You have, like, dice. You have, like, some sort of electric storm. More dragons. These are beautiful. Like, kids' games like this, they just get me. There's, like, dragon eggs. I love pretty things. So, to me, this is pretty. Now, look at this board. This board is pretty. Ah! Look at this. Look at the colors on that. Look at that. So, from what I understand in this game, the concept of the game is that these dragons hid their treasures and their eggs in these, like, volcanoes. And the volcanoes are about to, like, erupt. And they're gonna... I just poked myself again. My eyes are in danger. In real danger. But yes. And the dragons didn't really think about it. So you're trying to, like, get the most treasure and eggs and kind of the prestige of saving all the dragon stuff. So that's kind of a cute twist, I thought. Hi, Eric, Board Game King. Thank you for joining. We're talking about board games. Right now we're talking specifically about Dragonland by Gameland Games. And Gameland Games, as you may know, make the tiny epic games. And they fit so much in that box, and all the pieces they put in the box are amazing pieces. They don't shy on any pieces. So this game, once again, even though it's not as small, beautiful, beautiful, shiny things. I love shiny things. So that's awesome. The dice, they never give you just plain old dice at Gameland either, as far as I've seen. Got some nice white and gold dice, and there's some texture lines in there. Beautiful, beautiful. Remember, this is for kids too, and they pull out all the stops. They don't hold back. Hi, Wandering Rogue 67. Thanks for joining. We're just talking about Dragonland. There must be some little. Oh, I really need to turn the volume off. Sorry about those sounds, friends. Little people tokens, maybe? I haven't played yet, so I'm not exactly sure what they're for exactly yet. And this, I think, might be a dice tower that comes with it. Oh, those woodwork with Splendor. That's a very good point. There's white, red, green, blue. You're missing the black ones, but that is a very good point. Very cool. And yes, I think there's a dice tower that you can build with this game, which I've never had a dice tower. It's going to be my first dice tower, so I'm very excited about that. Very excited about Dragonland in general. I remember now some of the things I want to tell you about. Specifically, best kids games which are great for adults. I would start with Labyrinth. I think Labyrinth is great. It's not that complex if you're looking for something really complex, but it can get tricky and it can get puzzly, especially if you play a bit defensively. It's a really, really, really a great game. I have Plunder. I know some people don't like Plunder because I don't think it's like heavy gaming enough, but I really like Plunder. It's kind of like Catan and Risk having a baby without the bad parts, or the parts that are less popular. Like you don't get kicked out of the game if you lose all your boats. You get stranded on an island and have to work your way off the island. So you lose that element of, in Risk where you just kind of get knocked out and people have to just sit around. So Plunder has been really fun, and we like to play kind of like in pirate themes. That's another reason that I really like it. My main two guys in my gaming group really like to be pirates with me, or at least they pretend to, and we drink rum and pretend to be pirates. So that's really fun. I should have brought it in here. I just played Tiny Epic Quest last week. that's not a kid's game, but like the art is very like fantasy based and it's really beautiful. So that's something I think is a really fun game as well. I am just going to bend over weirdly for 1 second to show you something I have on my floor. Yes, I have games on my floor as well. I have Dungeon Drop. I don't know if you've ever played. I only played once. Yeah, drink some Kraken while you play pirate games. That's always a great idea. I definitely do that. Try to make things on theme as possible. But in Dungeon Drop, different color cubes represent different types of monsters and such. So you drop them all at the beginning of the game. You just like drop them from the sky. And it can be a bit messy, but they just released these really cool mats with walls that kind of match the brick artwork on the box here, and they're sending me a little care package while I'm stuck at home with COVID, and I'm gonna be receiving those, I think, so I'm really excited to maybe one day just do a dungeon drop onto those mats for you so you can see the joy of this game, because it's so cute. But that's by Phase Shift Games. I'm really excited about that. Oh, sorry, it's by Game Right, I think, and then like distributed by Phase Shift, so or the other way around. Sometimes I mess that up. Sorry. My apologies. Wandering Rogue says Dungeon Drop is fun. Pieces go everywhere. See, this is the thing. And, like, I have big furniture and, like, holes, and so sometimes it concerns me. I try to play on the floor like a child, but one of the guys in my group is, like, the skinniest dude, and it hurts him to sit on the floor like a child, so that kind of limits our options. So I'm really excited. I will definitely show off those walls to you. Let me know what games you want me to try. I would love some more input from you, what you want me to try out, what you would like to see, what you'd like to hear more about. I am getting few other fun games. I'm getting Red Dragon Inn. Actually, it's in the other room. I just haven't opened it yet. So that's another game I'd love to show off for you. I'm so excited. Not only am I getting the first Red Dragon Inn, I'm getting another Red Dragon Inn. I know there's 2 in that box, so I'm so excited about that. I think that Farts and Fairies may have just arrived at my house, so that's another game. I don't remember the exact details. It's out of Australia, but I think that every time they sell a copy or a certain number of copies, they give a free copy to, I think, children in hospitals or something like this, or something to children in games, and it sounds great. So I'm really excited to try that. It's called Farts and Fairies, and there are some really fun sounding, like, pun type things going on in there, so I can't wait to open Farts and Fairies. I also have I Love Animals, so this is fun. I'm getting Grab Your Goats, so I'm super excited to try Grab Your Goat. Just the name of it, I'm like, oh, grab a goat. I'd love that. I'm supposed to have Wombat Combat on the way, so excited about Wombat Combat also. Oh my gosh, my nasally nose. I'm not used to that. So I'm excited to share all of that with you. I've been doing a lot of unboxings in my stories in the morning, kind of like a little wake up, and you know, if you're off to work or you just started your work day, or hopefully just before, you get a little like, ooh, new game, a little excitement there. That's kind of the idea behind that. But yeah, that's a lot of games that I just kind of talked about. I don't know what else. Like I said, if you could let me know what you'd like to see in the future, what kind of lives you like, what games, if you liked seeing Rum and Bones, any kind of feedback is always really appreciated. I think that's about it for me. I don't think I have. Hi for those who are still just joining. I really appreciate all y'all like rolling in here. I'd love if you throw some questions my way. Otherwise, it's, especially with being sick like this, it's really hard for me to think of like just novel topics to think about. Hi. Thank you for joining. So I guess I'll just do a recap. We did open Rum and Bones Second Tide by Come On Games. Full of minis. I did not know there would be that many minis. That was pretty exciting, and a lot of hopefully painting. They all have swords, and it's super fun. And I know the expansions have a lot of different heroes as well. I went through some kids games. I went through my first roll and write, Metro X. Here's a question. This is not about games, but do you call your train your metro or your subway? Because in Montreal, it's definitely a metro. But when I moved here, I thought they were called subways, and people used to kind of tease me because, it's called a metro here. And I'm not really sure if there's a difference or why it's called a metro some places and a subway others, if it's up above ground, below ground. So if anyone has any fun facts about metros versus subways, I'd love to hear it. If you have any thoughts on Camel Up, I'd love to hear that also. Oh my gosh, hi. People are still joining, so I'm just trying to think of things to tell y'all. And yeah, I really don't know. What am I drinking? I'm drinking Powerade because I have COVID and I'm dehydrated. I'm really dehydrated. I've had so many of these. I had a friend bring me 6 more yesterday. Just dropped them off my door. Excuse me. Yeah, I don't know. Arrived late, what you got? And Chicago has elevated trains. So many things. Okay, so here we go. Robert says Chicago has elevated trains. Do you just call them elevated trains? Gamers Rash is saying arrived late, what you got? I got COVID, and I got Powerade. I opened Rum and Bones, and I have a whole pile of games in my bed, like taking over my bed. I have chips in my bed. Not edible chips, but like Splendor chips. I was making it rain, in case you missed that the first time. We played some Songnario, kind of. Not sure if you've ever played that one. This one caught a lot of people's interests. Charty Party. It's like Cards Against Humanity, but with graphs with X and Y axes, or sorry, the X axis is given, and the Y axis you play a card to make a joke or funny or humor the person who is the judge. Really fun, really fun. Highly suggest Charty Party. I think it's replayable too, quite a lot, because there's so many different cards that you can do there. Hi to those of you just joining. I'm so overwhelmed that there's so many people still joining, and I'm running out of things to talk about because all my other boxes are in the other room, where my shelves are, not in my bed. I don't sleep with all of my games, only 1 or 2 from time to time, Thank you for the wise words. I'm actually going to take a big chug right now, because I am getting parched again. And then I get the blue mustache. Excuse me. So, yeah. Hi. I don't know if I have anything else near me. That's a box, but it's dishes, because I'm still not done unpacking my apartment. I don't know. Maybe I should keep opening Splendor, maybe? I'm not sure. Splendor? Y'all said you really like Splendor. What game should I get next? How about that? Does anyone have any recommendations? I need to play a lot of the ones I do have. I've been playing a lot more than I was before. I also have Tiny Epic Dinosaurs I really want to get to. I have loved I want to rate the Tiny Epics, actually. That's something I really want to do. Make a stack of which ones please me the most. Here's my nobles. This one's like a swinging noble. Ooh, swinger. Here we go. And then I'm going to punch these out. So I got my nobles here. I am interested, Robert, what you were saying about the expansion for Splendor, because I do think that some sort of change or variables or variety could be interesting, just aside from the random nobles. M. Javad said he doesn't like Splendor. I know that some people think a lot of other games are better, and I can see that. I definitely can see that. But I still enjoy this for what it is. I play online. I've been playing a lot online. In a quick game online, I find it pretty fun to just to pass the time and have a little fun. Gamers Rush says Splendor is really good. We have the Marble Splendor. I've heard the Marble Splendor actually has some differences. Is it a big difference, or is it just some little? Is it more fun? Is it less fun? Is it good differences? I'm curious about when they use branded content for things. I'm gonna open more of these chips, maybe? Oh no, I know that if I open more of them, I'm gonna, like, make a bigger mess in my bed, and then that'll be bad. As far as I know, that would be bad. Well, you're gonna have to check on me in my DMs tonight to see if I'm able to sleep or if there's any space for me to lie down. Hi! So, Gamers Rush says that Splendor Marvel is basically the same, but with heroes, Thanos, and gems. Does Thanos change it? Like, does he have a special role? I read, like, a kind of funny meme or whatever you want to call it today, saying that, like, my kid running around telling men that they look like Thanos is not the compliment they think it is. And I just can't, like, imagine. I know my nephew, it's like his favorite person when he was like 2 or 3 years old, and he must think he's like calling them the coolest person in the world, but I guess maybe it's not always well received. It's so funny. Robert says in the expansion there are more cards from the Orient, fortresses to lock cards to keep opponents from buying them. Fortresses could be really cool. I don't know if it would take a whole turn to play a fortress or if it's like a different mechanism, because I do find sometimes there's like, I'd like to be able to screw people over a bit more. I know it sounds mean, but I'm a little bit take that when I play games, and I like, especially with strategy games where you know that it could be the difference between winning and losing if you take away something that's available to them. I'd take it away. But you have to take a whole turn to kind of like reserve a card in Splendor, so it still can be advantageous, but I wonder how those fortresses would work. I'm just opening the cards. I think most of you have seen like the Splendor cards. I don't want to mix them up. Oh yeah, there's the 3 like categories. And yeah, there's just like you can purchase them. It's kind of hard to see. Here we go. That's much better. That's how much it costs to buy them. I think, yeah, a lot of you have probably seen this one. Still really impressed with the solid tokens they gave you. They could have done anything, like I said. They could have done cardboard, they could have done plastic, they could have done whatever they wanted, but these are like poker chips. They've got some weight to them. Like, this is really cool. Really, really cool. I really appreciate that. Oh my god, there's no room for me in my bed. Yeah, I think that's Robert says Thanos Rising is a great cooperation game. I think I'm running out of steam. I haven't heard of Thanos Rising, but I'll have to look into it. I'm actually watching all the Marvel Universe movies. I haven't seen a lot of them. I've always been interested in them, but I never had the time or the energy to keep up. But now I have some time. So I started with Captain America. The internet told me that I should then watch, the new one. I don't even remember what it's called, but it's a bit confusing without having watched the other ones. I did rewatch the 3 Iron Men, and I watched the original 3 Spider-Mans because I wanted to, because those are the ones I grew up on, and I like them. And now I'm watching the Andrew Garfield ones, because I've never seen them. So I'm doing that, and I'm going to be a Marvel pro. Did you see Catapult Feud from ILO? I have not. So what's that game all about? I love hearing about new games through these lives. I think it's one of the most fun ways to learn is from you guys. So always let me know what you're playing, what you're enjoying. I really, really love to know. I can't, no matter how much you do know, there's always a lot that you don't. So it's always fun to hear about everything. And hi, Board Game Jimmy. Hi, Board Game Picks. Thank you for joining my live. We got through like a really big pile of games. I mean, like my mess over here, like, oof. So, all game-knocking drones, soldiers, and bricks. Huh, that sounds kind of fun. Does anyone here play with Legos? I have the most, like, fun way to traumatize your parents. I guess we're too old for that now, but me and my brothers used to build Lego, castles, or I'm very good, I guess, so like just like Lego buildings, and take the 1 pieces and the 2 pieces and use them as ammunition and throw them across the room, and if they hit the person's castle, they had to take a piece off their castle and make it into like an economic like pile, like their market, and that like would be given to the player at the end of the round, and that's what you would get to use to build up your castle, so that the person's castle would get smaller and your castle would get bigger. But ultimately it just ended up in a bunch of Lego like flying across the house. My mom loved that. So that's a fun thing. I also now I kind of collect Star Wars Lego or like fun Legos like that when I get the chance, but I don't have much room to display it, so I kind of curbed my enthusiasm on that. Um, I think that I'm gonna let you all go. It's been so nice that people are still popping in to see what's going on and chatting and letting me know about all these things, but I haven't talked this much in a few days, and I think it's time for me to rest. So thank you so much for joining me while I am sick and helping me pass the time and having a good time with me. I really appreciate it. And like I said, always feel free to DM me or participate in these conversations to let me know what you want to see more of, what you like, what you don't, and help me keep the conversation going. So thank you all so much for joining, and I'm going to sign off, and yeah, hopefully talk to you all soon, and I'll try to do my lives more often because I really do enjoy being here with you. Take care. Nice talking to you too.